Now it is my honor to introduce Army veteran Steve Walker, 1st Cavalry Division, Delta Company, 2nd of the 7th. Steve Walker.
Thank you, Dinah. So today I'm going to tell you my story. I'll try to keep it short because you guys are all standing out there. But I can tell you, May 1970, I was working for B.F. Goodrich, my uncle, saving up money to buy a house. And I got a letter that said your base was the greetings from Uncle Sam, you're being drafted. And my lottery number was 126. How many Vietnam veterans are out there? Can I see hands, please? I see some. We're still hanging in there. Anyway, the last thing I ever wanted to do was go to war, especially Vietnam. I didn't even know anything about it. And I went to Fort Ord, got my basic training, then they sent me to advanced infantry school. I wanted to be a military police officer, but they wanted me to sign up for 4 years, and I said, I'm not ready to do that. I'll take my chances. Oh boy. And so next thing I found myself in it was a United airline flying over to Vietnam, 17 hours, sitting there with a bunch of other guys my age, 19 years old. Got out, they walked us into a warehouse, issued all of our gear, all brand new stuff, everything we needed, ammunition, you name it, you got it all. They sent us up on helicopters and sent us to a fire base. Everything was all jungle everywhere. Couldn't see anything. There was a little patch of ground, and this was a fire base. I had no idea what I was in for, and I was very much praying all the time, I can tell you that. And we landed there, and all the new guys get off, and all the guys been around a while are harassing us, saying, you guys are not going to cut it, man. I can see that already. We're going like, oh, this is terrible. And so for some reason, we loaded up. They gave me an M60 machine gun to start. Usually don't give the new guys that. I had 400 rounds of ammunition on my back. I had food, water, everything, claymore mines, everything. 100-pound pack on my back. And I'm trying to walk. And we're walking out of the fire base, going up an incline on a hill, kind of gravel on this, like it is on this these dirt paths here, similar to that. We got about a quarter mile out, and all of a sudden we come under fire. Well, I know I'd been trained, but I wasn't really ready for the real thing, especially that soon. And when I hit the ground, somehow I end up on my back, and I was like a turtle. I couldn't get around, couldn't do anything. And some guy that spun around grabbed me by the pack and pulled me down, and got me out of the way. I thought I was getting killed in the first day. And so I'm sitting down there, and he says, "You got an M60, start using it." And I said, "Shit, oops, shoot." And so I put it up there, and I started firing. I didn't even know what I was shooting at. I was hitting bushes. That's all I shot, probably 20 feet in the air. I didn't know what I was doing, to tell you the truth. But I'm going to speed it up a little bit and tell you that I learned how to survive in the jungle, living there. Sometimes firefights, sometimes assignments to take out bunker complexes, sometimes they'd get us in helicopters, sent from one place to another. And I was doing pretty good, but I never took my boots off because I was always worried we're gonna get hit in the nighttime, and I didn't want to have to lace up my boots. I didn't have the zippers on the side or anything. And I developed a really bad case of jungle rot on my left foot. I had it with me for 40 years. I finally got rid of it about 10 years ago. And the sergeant said to me, he said, "Your foot, you can't even get in the boot anymore." He goes, "We got a job for you if you want it." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Well, it's kind of a good one." He said, you'll be driving a Jeep, you'll stay in a fire base, you get a cot, you get at least one hot meal a day, clean clothes, and all you gotta do is drive the convoy every day. Come back, get a hot meal. I said, "Man, that sounds good to me." I got sick of sleeping on the ground. And so we did that for about 2 weeks, and I was thinking it was pretty good. But I didn't take consideration that when I was in the jungle, the Vietnamese can't really see you that well. You're not really a target. You're looking for them, they're looking for you. But a convoy is an easy target. So you're looking probably the only person in the world you know that got hit with a B-40 rocket and still lived. Well, there's one guy died, there's 2 others that lived too. But I'm driving the Jeep, and all of a sudden, everybody, the NVA, the North Vietnamese Army on both sides, they started shooting at us, and I'm driving in front, the guy using an M60 on the Jeep, and I see the guy stand up and he aims a B-40 rocket right at our Jeep. And it looked like it was coming slow motion at us. And I don't even remember hitting the Jeep. I remember waking up, the Jeep was on my leg. I couldn't move, and my hearing was gone. I must have been knocked unconscious. I don't know where anybody else was. And I saw the dirt road, all these little marks hitting the road all over the place, little marks, and I couldn't think what that was, and I figured out they're shooting at me, they're trying to kill me. Everyone else had gone off the side of the road, and I figured I was done, and the thing I worried about seemed like I thought about my mom. I said, wow, if I get killed, this is gonna really hurt her, because she lost a brother in World War II. Now she's gonna lose a son in Vietnam. But I looked and I saw 3 soldiers low crawling toward the Jeep on the road. Got up to my spot and lifted the Jeep, pushed the Jeep off of me when I was able to crawl off and go down. I was wounded. I took a lot of shrapnel on my one side and stuff, but I was good enough. I crawled off, and so basically, I got medevaced out. They didn't shoot at the helicopter for some reason, but I could see how they had us surrounded and stuff like that. And I'll get to the Agent Orange part now. What we were doing, I got healed 4 weeks later. I was healed, and they sent me to another one. It was Charlie Company, 1st to the 12th. So a bunch of guys I didn't really even know. They didn't put me back to my old unit. But we would walk through the jungle, and the jungle was thick. You couldn't even see past this wall right here. And they would get up and they'd shoot 30 rounds at us. And sometimes they'd hit people, sometimes they wouldn't. So they had developed this stuff called Agent Orange. They put it in 55-gallon drums, put it in helicopters, and if you ever hear of stuff called Roundup, you can spray it on this grass right here and it would kill this grass. Well, Agent Orange, they would spray it on these trees, all these trees around here in the jungle, and it would kill it, make it look like nothing but sticks. And they couldn't ambush us that way anymore, and we were happy about it too. But we didn't really know how it was going to affect us later on. And I've got so many friends that have issues with cancer now. And I know I have friends out there, you probably don't know some of this stuff. I have 3 brain tumors. I had 2 of them, 2 surgeries already removed 2 of them. I have 1 more left. And it's wrapped itself around my brainstem. And the doctor said, as long as it doesn't grow too fast, we're going to leave it. Because of your age, you might be dead before it affects you. I said, great. And so I've had autoimmune disease. Sometimes I can't even get out of bed. My muscles hurt so bad. And now they got me wearing this heart monitor. So every time my heart races, I'm going to push it right now. I'm supposed to push this little button, see? And it's still standing. But a lot of people that I know have died from Agent Orange. And I started out with the 1st Cavalry Group. I don't know if anybody's here yet. There were like 30 of us, and there's like 10 of us left. And I got out of the, you're supposed to do 12 months, and they asked me if you wanted to stay 1 extra month and get out of the service completely. And I wanted to get out, or I could do 6 months at Fort Hood, Texas, and I got out. And again, like anybody did the tour, they told us, get out of your uniforms as soon as you can. The stuff that you see on TV with all the rioting and stuff going on, that was on us. And remember, I was drafted. I didn't even want to go. And got home, all my high school friends shunned me, believe it or not. And it was like I was poisoned, and I felt like I was poisoned. So I hate to say it, but I threw all my medals away. And my mom hung on to my uniform. The moms are always there, right? And it was years and years later where I finally started realizing that, you know, it's not so bad being a veteran, but I never would admit being a Vietnam veteran, because they call us baby killers, and they had little squirt guns, and they squirt red dye water on you and stuff, and just couldn't get out of it fast enough. And I never even told anybody at work that I was a Vietnam veteran. I worked with people like 30 years and found that the guy sitting right next to me at work, he was a Vietnam veteran too. Anyway, that's basically what happened. And now I'm okay. I'm still fine. Nothing wrong. Married, happy, got kids and everything else. So I'm glad I served. I'm more proud now of serving in Vietnam because people like you come out here to watch and talk to us, and I don't feel so much anymore like it was a bad thing. But I'll never wear. I can't seem to wear a hat like this unless I'm at an event like this or at the American Legion or somewhere where the military. You'll never catch me wearing this stuff, and that's just something in my mind I can't get rid of. But anyway, thanks for listening to me. I appreciate you all coming out here.
Thank you so much, Steve.